This video is called Brian Saying is such a gooky little turd, it seems. Gooky little turd. Dude doesn't like me much. I blocked him on everything because he's insane. Perhaps. It seems. I'm like, after the death of James Rank, I'm like, all these people that are going to be channeling James Rank are going to be the most annoying people ever. So he's like, oh my God, there's like a special message from like Melanie and today I received a channeling from Brian. First of all, dude, your name's not Brian. You're a chink. Your name is not Brian because you are a chinky gook. What's your real name? What's your real name? Because it's definitely not Brian. What's your real name? Why can't you give your real name? James Rank, I won't begin to attempt to quote channel session, blah, blah, blah. I will do my best. James Rank recently passed away due to being under attack. James Rank was not under attack. He was 100% exactly in who and what he was. And when the time comes to pass, guess what? The time came to pass. James Rank was never under attack. Kind of, it seems, two things can be true at once. Two things can be true at once. Oh, it would appear as if James Rank couldn't be attacked. Are you kidding me? That asset was so freaking powerful. No, he couldn't be attacked. You people think you're being attacked, and it's like, yeah, no. It's all for a bigger agenda. It's all for like this kind of like culmination moment of what do you super soldiers do when you don't have the leader that was James Rank? And you begin to process who was this person. To me, he was a very good friend. He was somebody that I trusted. I could go to him with the most controversial thing, even if it involved his reputation, and he would tell me the truth, and he didn't care, and I never worried about him ever thinking that I was gonna like turn against him, and like I never worried that James Rank was gonna turn against me because he was just that trustworthy. And I'm like, dude, all these channeled messages after the fact are gonna be so annoying. And people are going to be like, oh, I take authority on the just like Max Spears. I'm going to take authority on the channeled messages of Max Spears. And I just block this guy so I don't even see any of his crap, basically, until someone sends it to me. Thanks, Veronica, for sending this to me. He was under attack. I only expected to see and hear from the light beings. Light, when you hear the word light being, dude, retarded. Like, Brian Saying came into this money probably way too soon. Like, he came into money probably way too soon. Too soon, dude. And this little guy comes out of nowhere, and he seems to know everything about everybody. How? Who the fuck is this guy? How? Funnel yourself into the theater of the absurd, or find yourself on the other end of this was just Satanism repackaged. Like, New Age is just Satanism repackaged, dude. And that's why he's like, oh, I bought like some kind of freaking concubine up in like somewhere, God, who gives a fuck, and everyone can come here, dude. Okay, the funniest thing about Brian Saying, this is hilarious. When he started hanging out with Sarah Adams, I was like, dude, I'm getting a little worried because you keep hanging out with Sarah Adams. I'm like, nobody's made better by hanging out with that chick. I'm like, you don't know who she is. She's the worst person ever. And he's like, well, I think James Casbo's the worst person ever. I'm like, okay, first of all, you're a faggot, but you don't understand. Also, I warned him. About hanging out with Sarah Adams. I warned him. And he made her the host of his show. And she tried to come at me. And I'm just like, bitch, come at me. What's your problem? And she's like, oh, you keep telling people I'm a dangerous person. And I said, yes, I do. I have nothing other than to believe you're a dangerous person. So I'm just like, what else do you have for me? What else do you have? You're a dangerous person. What else would you like to say about that? And she's like, well, karma's a bitch. Karma's a bitch and it's coming for you. Bitch, karma's never coming for me because I'm not a dangerous person. She's a dangerous person. So I tried to warn Brian about hanging out with her, and he's like, yeah, I know, I've heard. And then also, like, James Caspel is a predator. He's not. Like, if you're a dumb bitch, yes, he is. He hates most women. That's why he loves me, because I'm not most women. And then I'm laughing because it's funny. His money is now all tied up, allegedly. Allegedly, his money is all tied up with Sarah Adams. Brian Tseng got his money tied up with Sarah Adams. Because this is why I actually love Sarah Adams, is because she has the ability to take the biggest fucking retards and make them even more retarded. That's Brian Tseng. He aligned with that prostitute and he had a baby. How did that fucking happen? Breeding like goddamn rabbits. You should probably stop. Hope the kid does better than that dude does. With some open relationship and some weird shit, you people don't do love. You don't do love. You don't do like good parents. You don't. You try to find nuances to what it means to be good parents. And now all his money is tied up with Sarah Adams' legal bullshit. And I think that is just the karma that you deserve for being so retarded. That dude got a lump sum of money and it's going to go away in such a short amount of time. He's coming in for the cheapest harvest that you can imagine. It's a cheap harvest. People who go along with Brian Tseng, that's a cheap fucking harvest. Your soul is cheap. You were bought by a cheap price, cheap harvest. It's Satanism repackaged. And nothing against Satanism, but it has its mechanism. You people follow the dumbest shit ever, and you fall into the net of Satan. It's like you're suicide soldiers. It's like you don't give a fuck about anything other than being colonized by the dumbest people ever. Do you know the biggest loser in the super soldier community is gonna be Sarah Adams? She's gonna be the biggest loser. It's biblical. It's the whore of Babylon. It's Lilith. She dies. She's destroyed in one day. And I tried to warn this little chinky gook. I don't hate him, but I'm like, I tried to fucking warn you. And then what happened? Apparently, all his money is tied up into her legal bullshit, which will never amount to anything because it never amounts to anything. Because all this dumb cunt ever does is try to get people like you and I in jail, and she will spend all her time and money and energy trying to make a case as to the reason why someone like me should be in jail. And it will never fucking work out. And it will never happen. In fact, all the karma comes on her. And that's why I warned Brian, don't fuck with her because she is a black hole of destruction. And he's witnessing her drain all of his financial abundance after he just had a baby. I was like, dude, especially because you have a baby, I'm like, she's predatory towards babies. I'm like, she's predatory towards relationships. I was like, especially because you have a baby, that bitch wants that baby dead. No matter what she says, that's who she is. She wants babies dead. She wants babies away from the mothers. She wants babies away from the fathers. That's who she is. That's what she is, dude. And now all his money is allegedly tied up with Sarah Adams. Don't follow this dude. Don't follow these people. In fact, just follow God through Jesus Christ because it's getting pretty grim out here. And you're going to find yourself in communion with people like me and the real people that only came into this bullshit just to police it. I'm like, dude, I never adopted new age bullshit nonsense. I never adopted any of your fucking shit. It was only ever coming in to police the situation. It just to be just a beacon of like another avenue out. You don't have to join a cult. You don't have to be in a cult. You don't need to be colonized by these fucking weirdos, dude. Is Brian a nice person in person? I mean, yeah, because they all are. They all are. They're all nice people in real life, but they got another agenda, dude. They got another thing going on, dude. Hey, good evening, Turbo Sanj. Okay. All right, check you later. Have a beautiful night.